evening, YouTube. Alright, I'm not going to turn the light on. I'm not going to keep the light turned on once I get on 78. So I'm going to wait for a few more minutes until I get some audience. Hey, who's on here? Good evening. Who's on here? Joseph? Who be out here late at night? It's not that late, but 10:30. Hey, what happened? Anyways, I'm gonna turn off the light so it may be dark for a moment. I'm driving home. On my way home from North Drew Hills area. Decided to venture out just a little bit further. Alright, let me turn off the light. I'll talk. Yeah, I know it's dark. Hey, what's up? I know it's dark. It'll be a minute before before you see my face. So, I'm driving on 78 on the highway. You know, these people, boy, I swear. You know, these people ain't going nowhere. Driving down bad as hell. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna turn the light on for a few minutes. Ain't no big deal. Okay. So I'm driving, doing food deliveries, and let me tell you, when the fall comes in the next couple of weeks, and the weather start getting cooler, and it starts getting darker sooner, let me tell you, delivering food at night is going to be challenging, especially when more and more people who order food, they always tend to live in apartment complexes. And at night, you're most likely to deliver to apartments, I tell you. I just got through delivering the last couple of orders. I did grub and Uber Eats at the same time. I turned on the app just to see who I get more orders from. And let me tell you, between Grubhub and Uber Eats, I've gotten a little bit more orders with Uber Eats, but I didn't start that earlier in the lunch. I think it was almost like 6. I want to say it was like 6:30-ish. But in actuality, I actually had a double batch order from that nasty Blitz Wings place that's up the street from my house. So I didn't accept them. It was 2 double batch orders, and I had to reject it since they want to play games telling me they don't want me to come and pick up no orders from that restaurant anymore. And you know what? And I'm not going to pick up those food. I'm not going to pick up those orders from that restaurant either, since they want to play that little game. And thing about it, whoever's the closest driver to pick up some orders, if I'm the closest and the orders came to me and I cancel, trust me, ain't no telling how long they're gonna get another person to come out there to pick up some orders. And let me tell you, they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot, because they're not gonna be getting people. Ain't gonna be too many people be driving, doing no deliveries up in those Stone Mountain. Like I told you, the only ones who gonna deliver Uber Eats in the Stone Mountain area are usually people who live in the Snellville area and Stone Mountain area. They live around there. They're not gonna drive from whatever part of town and figure they're gonna get some good Uber Eats orders, because they're not. Plain simple. People out at Stone Mountain, they do not tip. And if you're looking to do a little bit of something to make a little gas money, and you want to not go away too far from home, then fine. You could do Uber Eats in Stone Mountain. But let me tell you, it's not busy, but it's not slow. Now let me tell you what I mean by that. Uber Eats around my house in Stone Mountain off Highway 78, and even if you want to extend it further out there, Memorial Drive, you're not really gonna get a whole, I mean, you'll get some orders, but it ain't gonna be quality orders, you know. Hey, 2 other people on here. Who's on here? See, my dude still stayed up. Look at it, y'all. It is tight. It is still so tight. Dang it. These little, for those who didn't see it yesterday, my new look. Alright, I'm going to turn off the light momentarily. I'll be back in a minute with the lights on. So anyway, let's see what y'all saying. Y'all ain't saying nothing. So let me tell you with the Uber Eats, it's like people are still not tipping as much as they want, as they like. I still, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't get it. Thank you. It is tight as hell, I can tell you. I can't wait till it start to loosen up. I'm only gonna keep this style for about 6 weeks, and after that I'm taking these braids out. I'm trying to let my natural hair grow back long, but then at the same time I was so tired of that, you know, that little afro look. I'm trying to let my hair grow out, and I figure if I braid it up, it will grow. And then when I take these braids out, my hair should probably be back to a good length. Especially the way I cut it. You know, when I cut that last year, when I went to the barber and I just like cut it off, and they cut it off to the natural, my hair was like real wavy and curly. And then after that, it starts growing back like crazy. But it wasn't growing into any particular style that I could have probably went to a hairstylist, let them kind of cut it in some sort of way. But you know, it's like no matter where you go, especially for a woman, everybody always trying to manhandle in terms of, you know, with your money. It's like now that nobody's not perming their hair or using relaxers in their hair, they want to charge more money to do your hair natural than it is if they put a relaxer in it. You know, what's that about? You know, I don't get it. You know, it's just like, I guess they figured, oh well, we're not making no more money, nobody's not getting no relaxers anymore, so they want to charge more to do natural. You know, ridiculous. But I'm gonna see how this little protective style holds up for me in terms of these braids. But it is so damn tight. Whew. I know people told me they should take an aspirin after you get your hair done or before, but I haven't taken anything yet. It is not. It's so aggravating. Anyways, but let me tell you, I do have an interview on Thursday with United Healthcare of Georgia. It's at Thursday, and then I had to delay my trip to South Carolina because one, it's supposed to be, the storm's supposed to be heading towards that direction. I don't know. And two, hey, how's it going, Janelle? I know it's dark. I'm driving, so I won't be. I'll turn on my light in a few minutes. How's your dad doing? Oh, that's great. Good to know. Whew. I decided to venture out and go to North True Hills area to do Uber Eats and Grubhub for about about 4 hours, I would say. Let me see what you're saying. I can't read nothing. I can't read nothing, can't see nothing. Oh, I'm going home. I'm going home from doing Grubhub and Uber Eats. I ain't had no blocks with Grubhub, and I decided to turn on Uber Eats and Grubhub at the same time. And so far I got more orders with Uber Eats, but I only got about $20 worth of fares. I want to say, yeah, it was about 20. Yeah, about 20 bucks with Uber Eats, and it was like four deliveries, and then I did 3 deliveries with Grubhub. That was about $25-$30, I think it was, something like that. See, Grubhub had owed me $45, so they just gave it to me today. So I guess counting from the previous couple of days ago, added on today's total, it was $63 with Grubhub. But that don't really count because, you know, I made those fares from last Thursday when they didn't pay me after they had that little mix-up, so they gave it to me today. So at least that way I'll it looks like I made a good day, but I didn't really start my day. I was home all day, all morning, all afternoon. Oops. Let me see what you said. Let me see. Is Grubhub like DoorDash? You have to schedule time. Yeah, it is, but the difference between DoorDash and Grubhub, I'm gonna turn it off, then I'll turn it back on. The difference between DoorDash and Grubhub is that Grubhub will pay you $10 minimum per hour as long as you're scheduled and have scheduled blocks with them, meaning that you choose your blocks, say let's say 3 hours, and in those 3 hours, say you didn't get any orders, it was so slow, they'll give you $30 anyway. But say you didn't make over $30 an hour with Grubhub, then they'll give you the difference as long as you accept 85-90% of their deliveries. So DoorDash, you sign up for blocks, you don't make no money, you don't get paid regardless. So that's the thing with DoorDash. And you don't have to schedule Grubhub with blocks. If you don't want to, you can just turn on the app and just make the regular revenue. Whatever you pick up, then you get paid for whatever you pick up and deliver. The delivery fee is $3 plus 50 cents a mile plus tips. And the majority of the people of Grubhub will tip. And you know, there's occasionally, you know, you'll get somebody who put 0 tip, but sometimes people put 0 tip, depending on who it is. I hate to say it, but if it's a white person and they put 0 tip, they'll give you the cash tip when you get to the door. Black folks, Mexicans, and Indian people, they put 0 tip, whether it's Uber Eats or Grubhub, you ain't getting no tips. unless it's an older black person, you know, unless it's an older black person, and I don't know. I don't care. I still believe in all my 10,000 deliveries. I think I've probably done between all these apps that I've done. I've just started noticing that pattern. You know, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand what it is with people. Even if you do grocery deliveries, black folks just don't tip for nothing unless you fall in that certain demographics that I always talked about. But all the Indian people too, they don't tip for nothing either. They don't tip for nothing. They be living in the most nicest home, and black folks too. They live in the most nicest homes. You know, it's not like they ain't got no money. It ain't like they broke. Because to me, ordering food and the groceries having delivered, that's a luxury. That is not a necessity. You do not have to get your groceries delivered to your house, and you ain't got to get no food delivered to your home. You know, that's for people who could afford to do such things on a regular basis. And even if you don't do it on a regular basis, I think that you should at least have the courtesy to tip someone when they come in here bringing your food and your groceries. You know, I just don't get it. People act like you drive for free. And that's why I'm like, you know, people gonna learn. People gonna learn. People gonna learn. See, they think that people gonna be doing all this driving forever and not leave no tips. See, when Uber, that new CEO that I heard that they finally found one. See, they losing billions. They still losing billions of dollars. Still losing money. I bet you when they start realizing what's going on, why we not doing it, they're gonna start raising those rates, and they're gonna start paying those drivers a little bit more better. Because I think that I haven't heard who the CEO is or what he's about, but I think he came from what company he comes. I know he came from a very big company. So, oops, I'm finally home, y'all. I can finally turn on the light. Chit chat. For all my neighbors getting their roofs done. Everybody in my neighborhood getting their roof done. Thank God. Bring the neighborhood back. Not that it's been raggedy or nothing, but my prices need to go. My house need to go up so I could get ready to rent it or sell it or get something out of it. I don't know. It's just too much for me. I can't live in. I want to move on to something else, but I'll have to see about that. Okay, let me see what y'all said. Thank you, Lexi. Yeah, I thought you saw it yesterday. You didn't see it, huh? $12 minimum here. Hoping I get approved. Yeah, you'll get approved soon. You'll see. How long does it get approved for Grubhub? I got my background check. Oh, once you do the background check with Grubhub, and it'll be a couple of days. You'll hear something back real soon. And the only reason why I think no, it don't take that long. It don't take that long. Once you got that background check done, that's about 2 days, and then you probably hear something by the end of the week. Yeah, you hear something by the end of the week, and then they're gonna send you your out. Ugh, my hair. Then they're gonna send you the bags. I caught up with your video today. you. Yeah, I made it home. Yeah, they finally finished braiding my hair. You like it, K? I'm gonna call you K, because I never knew how to pronounce your name when I see it. It is so dang tight. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't wait till this tail starts loosening up some. Whew. I'm so ready. Why is this thing so close? Why is the phone so close? Wait a minute. Okay. I was all up in the screen like this. No, it don't take that long. I hope it loosen up soon. It takes, someone told me it takes, we gotta give it about 2 weeks. But, I just want my hair to look nice and neat for my interview on Thursday. I got an interview on Thursday with United Healthcare of Georgia. I applied last week, sent them a personal email, and then I got a response like 10 minutes after I sent my email to the recruiter at Adecco. And then they emailed me today for an interview on the 31st. Thank you. See, got a little bun in the back. I try to make it look professional. I didn't want that wild look with hair down here, you know, that's, and just any old kind of braids, you know, because sometimes, and then it shows my little highlights with my gray. How much did I make today? Well, if I don't include the $45 that Grubhub owed me from last week, 45 bucks approximately, which was only about 4 hours. Yeah, it was about 4 hours. I didn't do, yeah, it was about 4 hours. See, when I started that lunch crowd thing, and I decided to go to North Drew Hills, I didn't stick around Stone Mountain. I said, let me go straight on to North Drew Hills, because I knew that I would get Grubhub orders when I go towards Decatur and North Drew Hill areas. So I wanted to get some, you know, I didn't have any Grubhub blocks today, so I wanted to do Uber Eats and Grubhub at the same time. So I turned them on at this, both of them at the same time. And I said, whoever I get an order from first, I'll pick up that order, drop it off, then turn off Uber Eats. Then if I got an Uber Eats order, I'll turn off Grubhub. And that's how I did it. But I had a couple of snags in between, because the McDonald's, I went there after I dropped off my Grubhub order, and it took me a minute to find this person's condo. They lived in this community in Decatur, and I'm following the GPS, and it tells me I'm here. I said, well, ma'am, I don't see where you at. We in the such and such Decatur Station condominiums or something, and somehow or another I got twisted and turned around or something, but I found it, of course. And I hate when people say, we never had this problem before. I hate when people say that. God dang it. Don't do breakfast. For who? McDonald's or in general? I don't do breakfast because, number one, if you do breakfast, you have to go all the way downtown in Buckhead just to pick up some coffee and some donuts or something trivial, you know? And then you have to go all the way apartment buildings and all that. I don't do, I'm starting not to like to do lunch either after a while, but I don't really do lunch anymore because I'm getting out the car so I could go in the house. And it's like I spend most of my mornings now trying to submit my resumes and catch up on some things. Nah, you don't make no money in no breakfast, because you know people gonna. To me, I think that the best way to do Grubhub and Uber Eats, to be honest, is Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and then do it in the evening time, like that dinner crowd, like 5 to about 10. I don't either. I just do lunch and dinner. Yeah. But like I said, with that lunch crowd, you have to be real. Yeah, you could make some good money for lunch, I guess. It depends on what area you go to. I think if you go to Buckhead and like I said, Buckhead could be real tricky when it comes to doing that dang lunch though, because there's no parking and people want to take all day to come downstairs to get the bag. You know, you'll be all up in the, especially when you in that dang plaza area right across the street from that MARTA station. They everlasting ordering, eating lunch over there. And then you got to go where the concierge is. And they only, then you tell them you downstairs. It's that 5525 Peachtree Road. They always want to take 50 billion years in a day to come downstairs. And the thing about it, the place is only like up the street. And you, for Uber Eats, oops, can't see shit. I need to clean out my garage. Dang. I need to do a lot of things. Anybody need a job that wants to come and clean a house and clean up a garage? I'll pay. I need to use one of those dang service. Not Tackle either. There's a thing called Tackle. You could do odd end jobs. Why is the phone so close? Oops. I don't need no. Put this back. Uh-oh. Oof. Uh-oh. I'm going upstairs. It'll be light in a minute. Whew. Alright, I'm back. Oh, finally home. Whew. I'm going to say good night. I'm getting sleepy. Talk soon. Okay, I like talking to you too. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your videos. Good night. Good night. Whew. So, Lexi, how did your weekend go? How was your weekend? And Cooties, I'm gonna call you K, cause I can't for some reason I just can't see real clearly on terms of this. Cooler, what's going on with you? Let's tell me what's going on with y'all. How's it going? Why is my phone? Why is it like? Seems like it's magnified. Like, oh, let me see if I put normal. I was. See, what happened was, I don't know. My mother called me and she said that it looked like it was gonna be storming in South Carolina, and I think she didn't really want me to be out there on the road traveling. And then later, oops, and then earlier today, hey Miss Hill from Oklahoma City, and then I got an email that I have a job interview with United Healthcare of Atlanta on Thursday. 28, 9, 30. Let me see, Monday. Yeah, I have a job interview on Thursday in the afternoon. So I didn't want to just go there just for one day and then turn back around to come back for my job interview. So I didn't go. And then my mother was like, looked like it was going to be storming out there in South Carolina. But I didn't see nothing that happened today. So I may still go to South Carolina. So I'm going to go towards the end of the weekend. So that way I can stay on the weekend. So that way, because, Monday's Labor Day. So, because, see, I didn't want to just go down there, say Tuesday, Wednesday, leave Wednesday morning, like that one day just to turn back around. Oops, why my face so big and coming close to the screen? Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. So I may go this weekend. Uh-oh. I'm trying to change this thing back to normal. What happened to this thing? Can y'all see me? What does it look like? Because I can't, I didn't know they got all these different screens. Bubbles, dance. Yeah, so that's what happened with my trip. It's starting to get cool. I know it's nighttime, but it's not getting as hot like it used to be. I think it may be one more hot spell Indian summer before fall comes in a couple of weeks. I can't wait. It's a good little another month. Oh, okay. Oh, let me see if I could go to another screen. Let me see. Oh, it's still up close. Hmm. Yeah. Let me see. I get all these damn emails about this place hiring, that place hiring. It's amazing. All these places hiring, but let me see. Yeah, I gotta prepare for my interview for United Healthcare. Yeah, it's too hot to be driving around anyway. You know, why I keep getting these interviews? Why I keep getting these emails? Lyft driver job interviews. Really? Y'all didn't even want me to. When I applied for Lyft over a year ago, I went to the person, the mentor, did the driving test. He looked at my car and everything. Only thing I didn't have at the time was my registration or insurance card or something. He tells me when I come back from New York, I'll be driving on Monday and just, take a picture and send it to him. I sent it to him, and then all of a sudden they had my application all up in the loop, stuck up in a system. And then they was like, "Oh, we apologize. You can't be joining our Lyft community." Now all of a sudden y'all want to keep y'all sending all these dumb emails every day talking about being a Lyft driver. Man, please. I heard that Lyft, you don't even get that many rides with Lyft, I heard. In Atlanta, especially. How do you find these interviews and it's something? I don't know. I sign up for like Indeed and some of these Zip Recruiter and all these job boards, and then you could submit your profile on these job applications, and then they'll send you these job leads saying, "Oh, there's a job, that's out there for you," like this last one. Home Depot, Wells Fargo, Georgia Pacific have opportunities for you. And then when I click on it, um, they'll list the different positions like driver. I mean, how many times I keep seeing these positions for a driver? I don't want to do that. Then I see a whole these positions. They even got Uber on there, Lyft. I'm like, really? They even had a position part-time Atlanta dog walker and sitter at Pulp Walker. I applied for a position, Rover, that they were looking for people just like a Uber and Lyft and all these 1099s that you go to people's houses and then you walk their dog and dog sit. I didn't even pass the stupid test to be a dog walker. I was like, really? They talk about going volunteer at like an animal shelter, dog, I'm like, really? And then there's this other company right here, part-time Atlanta dog walker and sitter at Pup Walker. Pup Walker. PUPWALKR. $26 an hour, full-time, part-time. Rapidly growing dog walking startup here in Atlanta. And we would love to have you as a part of our team. They're looking for part-time, full-time dog walkers to help service animals throughout the city. Set your own hours, meet our puppy clients, and come join the fastest growing walking startup in the city. Benefits. Paid weekly. You pay no transfer fee. I know. But supposedly, but you know what though? Most people's dogs, well, I can't say most. I don't know. I don't know how they, I think that a lot of people, dogs, they really not really going to attack you per se. Most people, dogs are trained and they not really going to do anything. I mean, it's like those professional dog walkers. They say, well, what happens when a dog lunges at you? It's so many different things you're supposed to do. So I don't know. Who knows? But there's another company. What makes this company so different? What makes this company so different than the other Rover? And what was the other one? Because I applied for a position for one. I didn't even finish the application, but the other one I went and applied, but they told me to check back in 3 months, 4 months later, and trying to get some experience. Walking at, working with at a dog shelter or something. I don't know. It's stupid. Well, that was one of the companies, Rover. Yep. That was one company, but then there's another company that I had applied to. And now it's this other company that popped up out of nowhere that's a startup company in Atlanta. And they looking for people to dog sit, and it's in Atlanta. But there's the other two companies, Rover and whatever the other one is. I can't remember. I have to look. I have to look it up. But this one is exclusively in Atlanta. But the other two, they were looking for people nationwide. I didn't finish my application for Rover because it was too much. I was like, oh God, you gotta take a picture, and then you gotta take a picture of you with a dog, and it was like, really? All of that? Just to be a dog sitter? This one claims to pay $26 an hour. Now, let me tell you, I'm breaking it. How much can I make? This is the website. 1 to 14 walks a week is $8, 30-minute walk. 15 to 24 walks is $9, 30-minute walk. 25 to 39. I noticed care.com has a dog sitter. Yeah. $10 for 30 minutes. 40 walks a week is $12, 30-minute walk. You will also receive the full percentage of your tips. me see. How does the application process works? Once you fill out the application form above, we will review your profile, reach out if we think you'll be a good match to set up your initial phone screen and begin the onboarding process. After the passing the phone screen, you will invite an in-person interview orientation. We like to put a face to our walkers, and we will be sure you like to meet us too. You'll receive more information at our in-person meeting about how the walks work, and then we'll pair you with an experienced walker who will show you the ropes. You will be a pro in no time. How do I get paid? That's the important question. Your earnings are sent to you via an online service on a weekly basis, so you can calculate your pay rate based on how many walks you've done that week. Can I work whenever I want? Absolutely. It's what Pulp Walker is all about. You can set your availability to be a recurring basis or set your availability day to day, and we'll bring the walks to you. What happens during a walk? Do I need insurance? If anything happens to you during a walk, the pup is injured, it injures someone else, call us immediately and we assess the situation. You do not need your own insurance as you are covered under the Park Walk insurance. So your number one priority is to make sure everyone involved in any accident is okay. Hey, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't apply for this company. This company is based in Atlanta. Pulp Walker at 747 Ralph McGill Boulevard. Well, okay, that figures. I knew it would be someplace over there. That area is like, all you see is people got dogs over there. Really, people got dogs all over Atlanta, or what most people have dogs. But see, those people who live over there, those millennials, you know, they live in the condos and you know, they'll go ahead and spend a lot of money on their dogs. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And the thing about it, in Atlanta, Lexi, they have like Piedmont Park and all over places all over there that you could like dog parks and stuff. You know what? I could that may be interesting. I could, you know, that would be something interesting to do. You know, they give you a change of pace. You know, it's like, it's amazing because there's actually people who've been doing this way before someone decided to do this as an app. There are people who make some good money as a dog walker and sitting for the dogs. That'd be interesting. I wonder how many people would do it. I wonder how many people would do it, though. I think there'd be a lot of people who would do it. I'd rather walk in an office. Dealing with dogs is better than dealing with some. You got that right. You know how you be calling people that dumb bitch? Then you be talking about the dog. What was that dang other company I applied to? Let me look. Let me go to my email. I know I had applied to another company, and they were based in a lot of different states. Let me see, dog. I wish I remember what it was. Let me see. Oh, that's what it was. WAG. The other company I applied to, it was WAG, WAG apostrophe. And that was another company that they were looking for. We apologize. The wording may be confusing. We encourage our applicants to study up on some of the most popular collars and harnesses before taking the test. We do not provide any. See, that's the thing. They told me to apply and told me to take a safety test for the dog. So I went online and took this test and didn't pass. Talking about study about the different harnesses for dogs. And then he wanted me to volunteer, you know, to learn about safety techniques for dogs and stuff. All of this was to study on some leashes. And I went online, and I knew I went online, and I was looking at them, and I knew I thought I did pretty good, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, so this company is called WAG, W-A-G. And so there's WAG, W-A-G, apostrophe, Rover, and then that other company I just told you about, Pup Walker. So Pup Walker is based locally in Atlanta. This company, WAG, let me see. It didn't even say how much you get paid though. That's the thing. It never said how much you get paid. No, they never said how much you got paid for this particular one. So, all of them is $10.99. I know they said how often you get paid. You get paid weekly, but I think it was something about per minute or something like that. I think that's how they said they got paid. And then they also have people, if you could be a dog sitter, you could have people, you could either have your house. That was the difference. That's what it was. The Rover was, and I want to say this company too. No, one was you could go to the house. Yeah, you can see. What state you in again, Lexi? You in California? Or Phoenix? What would you tell? I can't remember. California? They probably have it in California. I know one of them have it in California. And, okay, that was it was. Rover have it where Rover was, you could go to the person's house, or if you had a house or apartment and say, you know, they want to bring the dog there, you want to house sit, they could you could sit there and have like a house, and you could have dogs come to your house, and they pay for boarding. I'm quite sure it's outside of Los Angeles too. I don't think it was like exclusively in LA. But you know what? If you really like dogs, you could probably market that yourself. If you really love dogs, and you could say, you know, I could walk your dog for whatever amount of money, you could really do it yourself. Shoo. Can you imagine? I mean, it's like things that used to be in the old way of doing things. See, you probably be good at it though. But just check out those companies. WAG, no, not WAG, check out WAG, W-A-G, and then check out Rover. Now, like I said, you could even go to their house and sit with the dog. Like if they were away for the weekend or the night, they pay you per hour when you go and house sit the dog. And see, that's why I didn't finish my application for Rover, because it was so much. I was like, really? And I think I had got so exhausted trying to fill out the profile. And then it was like they wanted you to take pictures of you with the dogs and stuff. And I ain't had no dog. So, but, no. And then, yeah, that's what it was. So somebody would choose you. Like if a homeowner said, I'm looking for someone to pet sit. And then your profile is in the system. And then they could check out your profile and they'll notify you and say, are you available to go to this person's house? Or can they bring their dog to your house? And then you got paid based on if they come to your house or you go to their house. But it was paying pretty good. When I last looked at it, I said, that's pretty good. I was like, what? Because at the time I was saying to myself, I said, shoot, it paid better than that damn stupid Instacart. When I was looking into it a couple months ago. And then I was thinking to myself that I have a house that has a backyard. It's not fenced in though. And I said, shoot, I could have people come to my house and have the dogs laid out. You know, go in the backyard or designate a certain area in your house for the dog. And yeah, they had this one lady, she lived in Atlanta, and it was not even she would make, they make some really good money. Shoot, that would be interesting. Walking dogs. But what you doing? I'm walking the dog, you know. I said, people, boy, they'll pay for anything. But you know what, though? That's not unusual, though. I've heard people offer services, you know, especially with dogs. You know, a lot of people have dogs and stuff. Cause see, when I went to my MBA degree, my MBA degree was I wrote a business plan to start a pet boutique business, and I wrote out that business plan, and it was like a boutique where people could bring the dog to, like it was like a hotel. Yep. Yeah, I've seen that. You go to the house either twice or 3 times a day, and then they'll pay you. It's interesting. I wonder if they're looking for people to work in the office, you know? But they probably a startup, so they probably have the person who started the company and maybe the other sidekick probably do the office work. It's a great idea. Oops. Alright, I'm getting tired. I can't figure how to get my face from being big. Alright, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. Lexi, tell me what you decide to do. If you know, maybe there's some other companies local in California that be starting up some dog walking business. You never know. And if there isn't, shoot, you should start one yourself. You put some ads out talking about I'll be a walk your dog, or pet, dog sitter. You know, people be spending a lot of money when they go to places to keep their dog while they go out of town. They spend a lot of money. I know my mother, she has 2 dogs now. I'll tell y'all that story later, how she got 2 dogs. Chi-Chi basically ran away, and then she put a sign out there, and some little boy turned in a dog that looked like Chi-Chi, but it wasn't Chi-Chi. So she kept the dog, and then someone found her original dog, so she kept both of them. They look like twins. They look just alike. But so she ended up keeping both of the dogs. But when she goes to PetSmart and stuff, and leave the dog over the weekend or a week, when she goes out of town, they be charging a lot of money. Okay, you have a good night too, Lexi. Let me know what you decide to do. Dorian, what you up to? Yeah. Yeah, my business plan was based on a pet boutique business. All exclusive services for dogs. And this was way before all this things popping up with dogs came about. That was a perfect business. I mean, still, can you imagine walking a dog? That would be interesting. I should apply just because. I should apply just because now they knew, you know, local company in Atlanta. They ain't gonna find that many people gonna do it. You never know. Sometimes you have to come in at the Hey, Kay, you back? I don't think Bit Squad is in Atlanta. Bite Squad. I don't think they're in Atlanta. I hope. I pray to God I get that. I have an interview with United Healthcare of Georgia on Thursday. So I feel my breakthrough is coming through. It was the customer service position. Oh, she's doing well. She, she lived in an apartment complex in Houston, so she didn't get affected like that. I mean, there's water all over the place, but she lived in an apartment, so she didn't have to leave or nothing like that. But thank you for asking. I don't know why my sister always wanted to live in places that got disasters. She lived in New Orleans, and then when Hurricane Katrina, she came to Atlanta with my niece and nephew at the time. They were real young. They stayed with me for a little bit, and then they went to New York. Yeah. Kay, I know you don't live in Houston, did you? You don't live in Houston. She don't like Atlanta. She don't like Atlanta. And to be honest with you, I don't like it either. Not any. I don't like Atlanta as much myself, to be honest. Oh yeah, you are in Atlanta. I keep forgetting. Have you done Uber Eats delivery for Orlando? Because Uber Eats allow people to pick up groceries at Walmart in Orlando. Did you start doing that? Have you decided you're going to do Uber Eats and do grocery delivery at Walmart? Because they started last week, I heard. Oh, my hair is so dang tight, I can't stand it. Ugh. Feel like taking some dang. Yeah, I thought you'd do Uber Eats. Yeah, I want cash tips too, but shoot. I'm gonna have to find me a very, you know what? Like I said, you have to just you gonna have to kind of ask people straight up for the tips, for real. Yeah, I heard that Uber Eats um has partnered with Walmart, and what you do is you go to Walmart, and the people from Walmart would just load your trunk, and you just pick up the groceries and then you deliver it. Now that'd be a little bit too blunt. I wouldn't wear t-shirts that says "Where's my tips." I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to think of a creative way. I try to tell people, and before I send a text message, we appreciate the tips, you know, or I ask people, I said, okay, well, I appreciate any tips that you can leave on the app, and then I walk off. But people act like they don't even listen. What? I thought they said you supposed to I thought they supposed to come to the car and load up the groceries. And how do you know? How you know what bags you supposed to get? I don't see it. I thought they supposed to you supposed to pull up at the Walmart, and then the people who supposed to have done the grocery shop, they supposed to come to your car and give you the bags. Yeah, I could believe it. I could believe it being lazy. Oh, I don't know. That's interesting. People at Walmart and any place, they don't want to be there anyway. That's the thing about it. I don't trust Walmart or or McDonald's. Man, let me tell you, I've been having so many issues with McDonald's with that Uber Eats. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. They act, ooh, I forgot to call the Walmart up the street over something that happened when I was ordering food personally at the Walmart up the street from my house. Dumb heifer. You supposed to say, would you like to try the new chicken tenders today? She didn't say it, and she had two opportunities to say it. So when I brought it to her attention that she didn't say the phrase, she thought that I had left the McDonald's, but I was around the corner with the drinks. And she said, some people, they just want some free food, and because she said I didn't say that, da 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 da. She gonna sit there and tell this other employee who was off the clock. And she saw on my face, she was so shocked. She was like, well, I don't care. That the other guy was telling her that they may suspend her again. She said, well, I don't care. They could do what they want to do. So, okay, bitch. When I come call tomorrow morning, when I speak with the owner of the McDonald's, we'll see how much you don't care. You know, people just be so rude at the McDonald's, and ooh. I'm gonna see how much when you get fired from your little McDonald's job. Talk about, they're supposed to give you the free 4-piece. They're supposed to give it to you for free. But it wasn't. I wasn't even trying to get it for free. I just made a point that she didn't say it. But then she got the audacity to say, I don't say that 100 times a day. I'm like, bitch, your job, if you didn't want to be in the front of the cashier, then you should have been in the back fixing the food or mopping the floors. Shoot. Or better yet, she didn't have to say anything. She ain't had to say a damn thing. That's what it would have been. That would have been her. That's what she should have done. I come in at McDonald's every day to pick up some stupid Uber Eats order. I come in there every day. And I came in there today. Not today. This happened a couple days ago, to order my own personal food from McDonald's, which I didn't know why the hell I should have. I should have just Drove 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and got my regular Five Guys burgers. Wasting my time with McDonald's. She's an idiot. And then she's going to be real stupid tomorrow when I go up there and demand to speak to the owner or the franchisee of that McDonald's. Shoot. And then all they do is play around. Every time I come in at McDonald's, they have people who work in there. They supposed to be off the clock, and they coming back with their friends and family members over there at the counter, talk about, let me get this, let me get that, and just using my code, and they're not even paying for food. I'ma tell it all. I said, they spend more time ordering, getting free food, that they have people, paying customers, waiting to get their food, and they take 20 minutes to fix it. And it doesn't even take all of that. But I got something for their ass. Shoot, I forgot all about that thing. I was going to call them, well, no, it's dark. I'm going back in my room now. I'm about to lay down. I'm about to, I'm going to be making my complaint come tomorrow. Shoot. You little trifling millennial people, they act like, half of them don't even finish school, high school. They're not going to college, and ain't nobody going to get no, get no real job. They're going to be working right at that damn McDonald's. And then they're going to have like 5 baby daddies, and then they're going to be getting that fucking attitude. Shoot. They're going to be getting a dang attitude. Uh-oh. Why is it so dark over here? Oh, I'm trying to put my scarf on my head. This is so tight. Y'all look at this? Y'all like this? Look. See the back? Exactly. They be so damn trifling, And then they want to fight and argue. And then when the guy don't want to be with them no more, they want to sit up in there and hold them hostage like a bitch. Rather than being a grown woman and take care of your own responsibilities. He trying to use children. I hate when people do that. Using children. And they want to scream about my baby daddy, and and then they want to leave your stupid ass. Ain't nobody want to hear all that crap. All right, y'all, look at me. I'm putting on my little scarf on my head. Whew. I can't wait till that thing about 4 or 5 weeks. I'm gonna keep this style for 4 or 5 weeks, and then after that, I'm taking it out. My hair is actually longer. It's not even, my natural hair is really like down here. So. How much you charge? I don't know, but all I know, one thing, there ain't nobody paid for no food, and I'm sitting there waiting for my order, and they only had half the people that was on that line worked at the McDonald's. Oh, it was $10 for the no shampoo my hair, and $85 to braid it, to cornrow and braids. It took them about, what, 4 hours? Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 3, 4 hours. No, 4 hours, something like that. No, that's not bad. I ain't doing no crazy weave, and I ain't putting no wig hats on either, like I told people yesterday. Shoot, it is tight. Yeah. I'm standing there, and then after that, they called my number, and I'm standing there waiting for my order, and then the person who's sitting up there, he was funky as hell. Sometimes some of these big punk-ass faggots, boy, they want to kick him straight in the teeth. He walking up there with some half-ass shirt on, like he's a girl. standing there like, Shaquita, Manita, sit down. You know, yelling across with these raggedy ass kids that was in the playground. And they was getting food like they were at home. Ain't nobody paid for nothing. Shoo. Punk ass. Then he walking up here screaming. And then he gonna put his hand on my bag. And I said, excuse me, I need another bag of fries. Because, you know, he put his hand on my bag. And then I stood next to him. And he was so stink. Funky. You know you didn't order no bag. Then he gonna try to go. You know, I was like, ugh. Exactly. He ain't say nothing because I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing. I said, excuse me, can you tell if? And then when I told her, and she looking at me, yes, acting all like a faggot, you know, or like a girl. Shaquita, I mean, sit down, you know. And then he walking, standing with, you know, with some half top on, you know, like a little crop top. You know how those women wear the crop tops. He walking there wearing that. I was like, you know what, boy, I swear to God. Sometimes they make you want to kick people straight in the ass. All that drama and stuff. I'm like, girl, bye, please. I don't even know what to say. Because you don't know what to say. Because then, you know, they act so dang feminine. You be like, girl, bye. And then, you're not a woman. Stop acting so, oof. Don't make no sense. Ain't no woman act like that. I mean, who says women act like that? Tell me. Yes. And trust me, if he wasn't working at the McDonald's, because he worked at the McDonald's, because he was the one that was talking about the code, I could assure you, he would have been walking up there with some weave on his head and some girl jeans and would have sashayed his ass right back at that McDonald's. Trust and believe that would have happened. I've seen that too many times in Atlanta. Shoot. Go to dang Lenox Mall. They be walking around with booty, with the girl pants on, and then got the nerve to have lashes. They got the eyelashes. I was like, really? They got the lashes, and then they got the jeans with the booty pants on there. Yes, exactly. All hard in the face. But when you look real close, I can't understand how some men can't. You're saying you can't tell that's a woman, that you can't tell that's a man that look like a woman, really? And then they got some of these rappers and people talking about get caught on tape, and then they get caught on tape, and then they act like they didn't know. They trying to frame me. Man, please. You knew that was a man. People know that's a man. And then when they get their ass get caught with it, you know, then they want to act like they didn't know. Man, psh. Shoot, what did Martin say on Martin Lawrence? He says, check the Adam's apple. He said, check the Adam's apple. But then, you know what? Some of them be disguising that too. Some of them, they disguise that too, I heard. So you don't know what you be getting into. Let me tell y'all. No woman is going to be wearing excessive hair, eyelash, and makeup on their face. Shoot. I'm telling you. I don't know. They be walking around like Magic Johnson's son. With his big fat ass. He lost all that damn weight and he walking around, you know, 6'5" with lashes and wearing what, I don't know what. with his dumb behind. I'm like, why can't you just simply be plain as gay? Why you gotta sit up in here and want to be a girl? Same thing with women. I don't want to be no man. I'll be just as women, just as a girl. Make no sense. Because you know some of them ain't going to do the full entire operation. So, but they just, you know, they not transvestite or nothing. I don't know what it, I don't know. Who knows? I don't get it. This is crazy to me. Oh, I need to clean this kitchen tomorrow. I'm gonna eat me some cereal. I'm starving. I said I was not gonna do no McDonald's. I'm in the kitchen now. I need to fix this light. I need to find me a way how to replace this big old long light fixture. Whew. I'll give me some cereal. I'm gonna use some Rice Krispies. No McDonald's. I did not eat no McDonald's. See that now? I'm not eating up McDonald's no more. None. Zilch. And I'm gonna barely stop eating that Chick-fil-A too. I'm going right back to eating at home. I don't care what. If I'm hungry, just go home and eat me a bowl of Rice Krispie cereal with some low-fat milk. That's what I'm going to be doing. Who knows what they be doing? Every McDonald's I've been to McDonald's today to pick up some food, and the one in Decatur. And the guy never answered the door. And I dropped off the food. I called him on the phone. He ain't pick up. So I left the food on the steps. It was like he lived in an enclosure. So I marked it, left in safe place. Knocked on the door, rang the doorbell. He didn't answer the phone, answered the door. And then after that, I think his voicemail, he sounded like he was high, like he was smoking some weed. So I left that food right there on the counter, not on the counter, at the door. And he had like a enclosure where the cats were sitting on the steps. So I left it right there. Yep, sure have. That was with Grubhub and Uber Eats. They didn't come to the door. I waited. And ate that food. My life's work being able to face anyone. They destroyed my life. It's my mission to go into the darkness. One person had $80 worth of seafood. This was last year with Grubhub. I told them that I had no way to park. And can they come down? I leave a message. I'll wait. I'm gonna call twice. If you don't come, and after I wait for 10 minutes, that's it. I'm out of there. This lady last year with Grubhub, she paid $15 tip, $80 worth of seafood. It had blue crabs, sausage, shrimp. I know it's dark because I'm looking at TV. I'm about to go to bed in a minute. And all I wanted her to do was to open up the other gate, the door. She didn't want to come downstairs to let me in. And the police was already over there giving out tickets. And I told her that. And then people who were coming into the building, they wouldn't let me in the building, talking about, it's a secure building, we can't let you upstairs. Some raggedy ass apartment complex. It wasn't even all that. Nope. And the thing about it, she could see me downstairs from the balcony. And I already told her that the police already told me I couldn't park where I was at. And they already had the tow trucks ready to come. I called Grubhub. Said the same thing. So they told me, mark it's delivered. And you can keep it or do whatever you want. $80 worth of seafood. It was so much food. I think I kept that for a couple of days. I tried to eat some of it, but it was so much. I didn't know what the hell to do with it. I was like, dang, too bad I didn't know nobody. I would have invited them over for a seafood brunch. It was one of those, what you call it? Shrimp broil. When they have crab, sausage, and what was it? Shrimp, blue crab, sausage. It was good though. Dumb behind. This was last year's summer too. Trust me, I've taken home a lot of food. Especially with Grubhub. See, Grubhub, they'll pay your tip and the delivery fee. And if they're not there to get it, or if they, and if they didn't say, and there was no place to leave it, you're supposed to take that food and deliver it. No, donate it. Or whatever. They'll never tell you to keep it. They'll tell you to donate it. But they know that means you could take it home and eat it. So. They don't tip nobody. Indians and Asian people. They don't tip for shit. That's why I don't got no blocks this whole week for Grubhub, except for 2 hours. And what I'm gonna do, like I said, when I see Indian names, Asian name, I don't be rushing to deliver no food. So I'm gonna do the turn on the 2 app thing again. I hate that. It's like the only time you guarantee to know you're gonna get a guarantee and make some real good money in tips if you delivering to white folks. Now I ain't talking about those millennials that live downtown in condos. I'm talking about go out to the suburbs where they live in houses. the one that live in houses, and they delivering and they feeding families, you know. That's where I would go. Going to the suburbs. Yep. Yeah, sometimes old people, but old people don't really order food like that. I don't get a lot of old people order food. Unless you're talking about people in their 60s or so, but like really, really old people, they ain't know nothing about no app. That's exactly right, Kay. They don't know nothing about no app. Sometimes the family being living in New York or some other city will order food for their family. One time I delivered some food to an old family. I called and said I couldn't find the house. The guy lived in New York. He was delivering food for his old parents who lived in Dunwoody, and they didn't know they was even getting anything. They did not know. They had a clue. And I pulled up to the house. I said, that son needed this. I mean, they had so much junk in the backyard, and the house looked like it needed some major work. I said he should be worried about sending some carpenters and exterminators over there. They're sending some raggedy ass food, a cheeseburger and some tea. You should have sent some carpenters and somebody to fix the house. Not ordering some cheap ass cheeseburger and some cheese and some, you know, for his family, for his folks. I'm quite sure he could have ordered some groceries and had grocery delivered, but he should have spent more of his time sending over exterminator and someone to fix that house. I ain't get no Chick-fil-A. I ain't get nothing with no Chick-fil-A. I was eating my Rice Krispies and cereal. That's what I was eating. I was eating some Rice Krispies and some 2% milk. Oops. Oh, my back. Whew. Let me tell you. Oh, if I order from Chick-fil-A, I always get the #1. The chicken sandwich with wafer fries and sweet tea with no pickle and no butter. That's what I always get from Chick-fil-A. The #1 Chick-fil-A sandwich. No pickle, no butter, and wafer fries and drink. Oh, I don't eat no Chipotle. Nope, don't eat no Chipotle. All the Chipotles in Atlanta, they be having roaches and stuff. I don't eat no Chipotle. Oh, my back, my neck hurt. I know it's dark, y'all. I'm laying down. Look at that TV. This thing been on this dang Discovery Channel all day. I've been looking at these TV shows about people fixing up old cars. And this must be a marathon. They buy these old looking cars and they be fixing them up. These white boys. They know they be fixing some cars. They even got TV I was into doing cars, not fixing them, but I had an interest in wanting to learn how to rebuild cars, but I never learned that. Well, you know what? They been finding some old cars, old trucks, and they'll show how they rebuilt it. and then they turn around and resell them. I said, shoot. I remember before I wanted to get me like one of that old Volkswagen Beetles back in the day. I remember I used to collect magazines. I used to collect magazines and stuff like that, and I always wanted somebody to rebuild an old Volkswagen Beetle. Not the new Volkswagen Beetles you see today, but the old ones where the motor is in the back. My uncle had one. He used to have a yellow one. He drove that thing for years. I think he still got that dang Volkswagen Beetle. Shoot, I'm gonna have to take my dang Corolla out. That 2002, that's not old, but I'm gonna have to start driving my Corolla once I get that battery charged up again and pass that emission test. I need to start driving my other car. I'm putting too many miles on my dang Kia. Uh-oh. Oh, I got that Kia Optima. It's a 2013. That a limited edition. But I also have a Toyota Corolla. It's a 2002. It has 119,000 miles. And I have not driven that car in over a year. Well, about a year.
And that's what keeps you from being creative and doing what you want. You have a hard time with people telling me what to do because when I have to listen to what you think.
I hate to see what Houston looks like. Is it still raining in Houston?
Wanted to kind of cut my own trail and do my own thing, and I think that's what makes me and why all the things that I do come out so creative is because I don't really listen.
Ugh.
I have a couple coming in from Nashville, Tennessee, and usually when it's a husband or wife.
That must be real bad.
What's going on? Hey, man. How you doing? Hey, Steve. Tommy Lamps. Tommy, my wife, Tiffany. How are you? Good, how are you? This is cool, man. So, let's take a look at this thing and see what you got here. So, what is it? About a 49 or 1950?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it depends. It can't be in the city of Houston. It gotta be more like in the outskirts of Houston, I guess. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I see anything on the news.
Tough looking. They're edgy. They like to be seen in a crowd. I mean, you look at Tiffany's hair. I mean, she's got.
But you know what though? See, that's what happens when you overbuilt. You know, I'm not saying Houston, but Atlanta's gonna get like that too.
All that will be gone. We'll get rid of that rear end. This thing
They built up so much. People built so much in cities and building up stuff all the time that the weather be affected. All that rain like that.
That represents our personality, which is very radical.
So I guess really what it comes down to is like, what's your dream? What do you want?
For sure, something badass that makes a statement.
Let me see.
Speed.
Oh yeah, I can see that coming.
I want to use the truck to go out and make a statement. I want everybody to be looking at it going, wow.
Joel Osteen won't let people take refuge in his mega church.
And we've discussed it, and we want to kind of put you under the pressure and see if we could let you pull it off and be an anniversary present from both of us to both.
Sure. And if I fail, it's on me.
I'm surprised. I know Joel Osteen couldn't possibly had not want people to stay.
But there's a ton of work involved. I mean, just the fabrication.
Yeah, it's the fourth largest city.
We got to put something in that makes power. You know that, and that stuff costs a lot of money. I don't know what you guys are.
But you know what though? I couldn't really see no reason to have people. It's like I don't know.
Well.
70.
I mean, it's kind of hard to stay over there and
You're right here in my parking lot. Well, the problem with 70 is I don't think I'm going to be able to get what I want done. But if I want to spend some time and get this thing right, it's probably going to be, 85 grand.
Because at the same time, they wouldn't even have any power. So if you have all those people there staying at that compact center, then how are you going to have I mean, you would have to have food and everything. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be kind of hard to be staying somewhere and you don't have any kind of power and electricity and.
If you can't get it done, I'll turn her loose on you.
Well, this is the bit where Mother Justin, I guess I got back to my thanks. You know, building this truck for Tommy and Tiffany's anniversary is.
You said 10 to 15 more.
Oh goodness! I've turned on CNN. See what they say. Breaking news: Harvey regaining. What? Harvey regaining strength. Poised strike Houston the second time. Countless still stranded. But see, that's what kills me. People knew the storm was coming, and Gator Country. Okay, see, this what kills me. They know people they tell people to evacuate. They don't leave. And then they stay there. And they always show the worst of the worst. Now I'm watching CNN, and I know there's a black neighborhood in Houston because they be showing black folks. Here come, why are you walking with a tennis racket in your hand? Where are you going with the tennis racket? Really, boy? They had this big woman. She walking with a bat. Now I know you probably gonna have a bat because they said that there was some gators in that land. Oh Lord! Now I have compassion because my sister, when she was living in New Orleans, and my niece and nephew, they stayed with me in Atlanta for about a week until she sent the kids to New York to live with my parents at the time of Katrina. But I don't understand why people. Look at all that. Ooh.
Mayor Turner, do you have any idea how many people are
yeah,
still
but she should have.
in their homes right now? How many need to be rescued?
We don't know the exact amount, but today we are focusing solely on rescuing individuals.
I know one thing.
In their homes or in their apartments. So that is our total camera.
See, black people, they just left New Orleans, moved to Houston. Some of them stayed in Houston. Now they gonna leave Houston and go where? Oh Lord, because you know when they came to Atlanta, I could tell they said the worst of the worst people to move in Atlanta.
Dozens of people are still need to be rescued, or hundreds?
I'm hoping we at maximum. I'm hoping we're dealing with.
I don't know. North Korea, they've been sending missiles. Ain't nothing. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. If it's just one person, we'll be looking for that one person. But the first.
Dang, it looks bad.
An excellent job at reaching out, and we are canvassing the entire city, looking for people who are still.
Oh goodness, it looks like a whole. There's all people on the dang. They all on boats.
Not to issue any evacuation order in Houston. Had you known that as much rain was going to fall, had you known that these floods were going to be as bad as they are right now?
Catastrophic floods across southeastern Texas.
No. And let me tell you why. There are 2.3 million people in the city of Houston. There are about 4 million people in the county. You're talking about a population of about 6.5 million people. You can't evacuate 6.5 million people and put them on the road in 2 or 3 days prior to a storm. You simply cannot do it. We were not in the direct path of the hurricane. We were dealing with the rain. It was always going to be a rainmaker for the city of Houston and Harris County. Both the county and judge and I, we talked about it several years ago when the city did evacuate.
And you know what though, that kills me about this situation here in Houston is they know that certain areas was not structured to handle any type of weather or rain or hurricane.
If people were trying to come back into the city now,
I lived in Chattahooka, Chattahooka, the time Katrina happened, and tons of people came up there, and a lot of them never went back. Yeah, there's too many people came, they ain't left. They go to major cities and stuff, and they stayed.
we're at the Georgia Brown Convention Center. It's one of our shelters where we used to host, where we host conventions and conferences. Now we are hosting Houstonians.
But you know what, though? Like I said, all of these cities, and particularly certain parts of the city, poor areas, they never have the infrastructure to handle such issues. Certain disasters like this, they could have those infrastructures in place. You cannot send, you can't send 6 million people on the road to evacuate. But I could assure you that if you say, okay, let's go ahead and put emergency shelters in place where people can't leave, they could just go there.
We work together, we band together as one. That's being demonstrated now. That will be demonstrated in the years to come.
You know,
So I'm very, very proud of the people in this city.
if they stop building cities and stop tearing down streets, tearing down trees, and, these natural disasters is not just, rain just to be raining and that's it.
No one is asking about your partisan or your socioeconomic status. If you are in need in this city, we band together, work together to give you the assistance you need.
Yeah, you ain't hear Bush come over there yet. I bet you he didn't come over there. Where is he at? Why is the mayor of Houston talking? You don't even see Trump on TV saying nothing about this. I ain't heard nothing about, I ain't heard nothing about Trump says we're going to give $1 billion in Houston to relief and send aid. President Obama is still doing his job. President Obama came on Twitter and made an announcement about donate to the Blue Cross Blue Shield. I bet you President Obama would have gone out there already, him and Michelle. But if he go out there, then they're going to say, oh, you shouldn't have gone out there. You using up government resources and you taking the spotlight. He should have been down there today. Matter of fact, he should have been down there on Sunday.
That seems low from what we're seeing. We're going to keep our eye on this. Tough night in Houston, as you can see. We'll continue to update on the search and rescue efforts throughout the area. And later, the president's thoughts on the storm and his defense of his controversial pardon of Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio, which happened just as Harvey hit.
No. He ain't gone there yet, so. Oh, because I'm sitting here in the dark, laying down in the bed. That's why. Why y'all want to see my face? I got my scarf on my head and everything. Oh, these braids are so damn tight. I'm getting something. It's making me sick. I'm trying to figure out a way to sleep, but this thing is. That's why y'all ain't see me, because I'm laying down in the bed. Ugh. And you know what? I think YouTube ain't gonna let me play this video because y'all hearing not Samuel Jackson trying to sing an old the Capital One commercial. I know he ain't trying to sing no Al Green song. Now you know YouTube is gonna copyright. They're gonna say I'm copyright infringing because now y'all heard Al Green in the background. Did y'all hear that?
No.
Yeah. It completely ruined my game.
Yeah, well, the truth is that advice was never meant for you.
I like it.
Yeah, it's been a long day with Grubhub, let me tell you. I try to do 2 apps at the same time. Uber Eats and Grubhub at the same time. I only got 3 orders with Grubhub and 4 or 5 with Uber Eats.
I want to take you back now to Northeast Houston. It's hard to find words for what we've been watching here. Dozens, if not hundreds of people.
Harvey regaining strength, poised to strike Houston a second time.
Fast-moving water, and we have to say it is getting dark right now. And remember, it's very hard for these boats, which have saved so many people, to be out there after dark. Keep that in mind. There's clearly so much need still. I want to get back to 360's Gary Tuckman, who is in the Houston suburb of Katy. Gary, give us a sense of what you're seeing.
Did you make, okay. No, not really. I got $20 worth of Uber Eats. And I think I had $20 worth of Grubhub. I don't know, something like that. See, Grubhub had to pay me $45 from last week. So, because they screwed up from not paying me on a screw up last week on Thursday. So, they've added it today. So, I guess, I would say between what they owed me from last week and what I made with Grubhub, and that was $80 today, but it was only about $40. But that was only from 6:30 to 10, so I didn't work all day. Yeah, I made about $80. It was about 4 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So I didn't really work that many hours today.
Many of the residents are bedridden and not in good medical condition. Doctors perform checkups before they take those residents out to the trucks.
See, I just don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get this. People have known this for years, that any disaster, rain and stuff is going to cause all of this. And why don't people have this stuff prepared? When you know a storm is coming, they knew the hurricane was coming. Even if it didn't turn into a hurricane, turn into a storm, which is worse. Why did they not have all these people? Look at it. They got all these elderly people in these nursing homes. And then they still trying to, they just trying to figure out how to move all those people. They should have been done that. They should have done that way before the storm happened. They should have said, okay, let's go ahead and, move people who are in the nursing homes days before. That's what I was saying. Move the people before the storm happened. You knew the storm was coming, and then they want to say, okay, then you want to do it after the fact.
Inside that nursing home are safe tonight. 8 trucks were brought to take them out. They went to a truck stop in a dry part of Houston. They were met there by many of their family members. So some of them are with family members.
I don't know. I just think sometimes the news just kind of stretch things a little bit more than it needs to be. I really think so. I think CNN and all the rest of them, I think they just show the worst of the worst. And then it's like, oh, look what's happened. It's a catastrophic. And then they act,
Those boats won't be able to do what they're doing right now.
They just show the worst situation and show the worst footage, and they make it seem like it's such a catastrophic, disaster. And then when I called my sister, I said, "What you up to?" I ain't not having an apartment complex. It's a bunch of water. It's like you hear people say, when you know someone living in Houston, you call them up. It's like, what they doing when I'm in the house,
Who had launched their boats into neighborhoods very similar to this, getting people out and moving them to shelters. This is a process.
No, I don't think so.
36 hours.
Nope, I don't think you can do food deliveries long term. Make money. It's just a supplement, I mean, I've managed to do it over a year when I've been doing it, but I had used up a lot of my emergency fund and save money to kind of supplement. But I think you could do it, but you're gonna have to put in.
Everyone who wanted to be evacuated had to have been evacuated. So that is that sliver.
Put it this way. You're gonna have to put in at least 65 hours.
Trapped in their own homes, John.
And
tragic news is this is not over yet. We have a forecast for more rain, as much as 10 to 15.
you're gonna have to put in like 65 hours to really make some real decent money. Dang, look at that.
Well, everyone's expecting, they keep.
Yeah, do a lot of hours, and you would have to kind of maneuver a lot of different platforms to make some money. You can't really make money with one company.
And of course, in the hours ahead, you start
Like Instacart. When I was trying to do Instacart and do ship, and I was trying to do, try to make $700, made $100. These companies don't want you to make money with them one time. I think a lot of them put a cap on what you can make, especially the ones that have blocks and schedules. They do not want no one person to make any bit amount of money. In order for you to make some money, you would have to, I hate to say it, but Uber would probably be the only one where you could probably keep driving or do food deliveries for them, and they're not going to really put a cap on you. All the rest of them, I think they really do that, because Uber takes a portion of their fees compared to the other ones. You have to do, one thing I hate about those tip options. That's the only thing. But I think if you do Uber and you put in the reason why I think they want to cap you, like the reason why I think Ship, Instacart, even to some extent DoorDash, and I want to say Grubhub, is because they don't have the capital and they don't have the investors compared to Uber. That's what I think. I think that, Instacart, for instance, they, like, say, when I was doing Instacart, and I was like, the minute I started getting 70 hours with Instacart, that's when the problem began. That's when all of a sudden I had all these issues with people talking about they didn't get their groceries, and this was broken, and this was this and that, and all these issues. Whereas before, when I had 25 hours, 30 hours, they was like, oh, you're doing fine, you're doing excellent. The minute I start getting 80 hours and stuff, all of a sudden, there was an issue. So I would never ever put that many hours with one company when you have a block of time. Instacart ain't worth doing that like that. And then Grubhub too. See, I was getting, when I first did Grubhub last year, I was getting like 60, 70 hours. And since they had that $10 guarantee, they don't have the money to really pay me unless I earned it through a lot of deliveries, Unless I had, really got it on my own and made more than the guarantee. And then if you start figuring out how to make more than a guarantee with Grubhub and you have a block, they don't have the money to pay you. So anytime you have a, so it's really, to be honest with you, it's best to work Grubhub, DoorDash. No, I wouldn't do DoorDash, because see, DoorDash, you can't turn on the app when you want to and make any kind of money you want. You have to have a block. You have to have a block. Grubhub, if you could get a block, fine, sign up for the block, but you could turn on the app and make money, revenue, straight off what you get, and do Uber Eats. But to do Instacart or any of those grocery shops? Nah. So if you're just sitting idle for 2 hours, they have to pay you if you're sitting on your car and not working. That's if you're doing yeah, that's if you do Grubhub. If you do Grubhub and you have a block, let's say 2 hours, and you in the zone and you don't get any orders, they'll pay you the $20 if you don't get any orders with Grubhub. Ship, on the other hand, they'll pay you the guarantee, but they will only pay you at the end of the week. So say you were sitting around 40 hours the whole entire week with Grubhub. Not Grubhub. Say you were 40 hours with Instacart. And they're not going to give you 40 hours at the end of the week. They're going to wait until Sunday. And then when Sunday come, let's say you work on a Sunday, or you worked that Saturday, or whatever day it is, then they're going to try to give you all those orders at one time. And they'll give you a double, triple batch so they don't have to pay you distance pay. So they'll try to make it up where they try to give you all these orders so they don't have to give you the guarantee of the $400. They'll try to make it to a point where you're going to work for that $400, but they're going to give you so many orders that all that time you've been sitting there waiting, they'll try to load it up at the end of your work week. All of a sudden you got all these orders, but they do that on purpose. And then they'll give you orders where you'll be going 30 miles out the way just to do 2 people's delivery. So and then they'll make it in a way where they'll try to say, oh, you missed an order, so you didn't make the guarantee, so all those hours you've been sitting around, they don't pay you. So they'll do something to manipulate, and then it'll be hard for them to prove that happened. So I would never do Instacart ever again. And besides, Whole Food and Amazon officially closed today their paperwork, so now Whole Food is officially owned by Amazon. Yeah, food delivery is better because you can make more money. You can make more money doing food deliveries easily. And to be honest with you, I made about the same amount of money when I was doing Instacart. I didn't make that much with Instacart. Instacart may be good for people to be like, okay, you know, we do a little grocery shopping, blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you, once that Whole Food officially starts taking over, which is today, watch. It's not gonna be good for Instacart. Thousands of water rescues and what? I just don't understand it. I just don't get it, y'all. This thing. I know everybody can't leave. I know everybody can't be evacuated. But you know, it gets to a point where you knew. See, it ain't just start raining in Houston. This ain't the first. I doubt that this was the first time this has really happened in Houston. Not like this. I'm quite sure it rained and people know that it's been flooding. You know, you live in certain areas that tends to flood. Why y'all just hanging on? You know, I don't know. All I know is they seem to show the worst of people. All these people they showing that's being deserted and walking around, they look like they had nothing anyway. They look like these people look at this now. They trying to walk with a baby carriage with kids. They should have been left.
By the dozens, you can see right there that baby being led to safety. The president expressed confidence today that Congress will
I lost my office job a year ago, and I give credit. I give you credit for hitting the grind and doing things you do also. But thank you, I appreciate that.
She also builds her own fighting robots. Destroy. But when it comes to mortgages, she's less confident. Fortunately for Sarah, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's simple. So she
I know it is.
and be sure she's getting the right mortgage. Apply simply.
I agree with you, Michael. It is. I lost my dang government job gone over a year ago, and you know.
We believe in food that's naturally beautiful.
And I you know, it's like,
No artificial colors. No
it's hard. It really is. You know, it's like,
any of the food we sell. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
I just keep it grinding, you know. I just keep it grinding, and I try to keep my videos real because, see, you know, you ain't never, ever heard me promote my code and you know, make stuff up with people with all their crazy talks that they've been doing. Oops. Hate this. But you know what, Michael? I think it's all going to be a breakthrough with us soon enough. It's going to be a breakthrough. I really believe come Thursday, I'm going to be interviewing with United Healthcare. And we're going to find ourselves a job. We're going to go right on back to working. And let me tell you, even once I find me a regular job, I'm going to still do it all. I'm going to still do Grubhub. I'm going to still do Uber Eats. I'm going to still do it. Because I'm going to stack all my money up, even once I find another job. You know, because one thing for sure is you can't rely on these jobs for anything. So you're going to have to do, you know, like I said, as much as I don't like Uber Eats on some things when it comes to not tipping and people not tipping, you know, I just have to, you know, I have to say to myself, you know what, keep it moving. You know, you have to keep it moving, keep it going, and just just don't worry about it, you know. Some people tip, some people won't tip. Okay, whatever. And like I said, I'll tell everybody, thank you, appreciate the tips on the app, or I leave a text message before I hit delivered, and you know, and I say, okay, some people may tip, some people may not tip, but you know, but I'm not going to go out my way either. I'm not going to go out my way. I'm not going to run down myself to make sure, you know, that every order gets picked up, because sometimes you have to do things that make sense. You know, when they say someplace is 20 minutes, hey Alicia, you know, I always try to, you know, I mean, I know I haven't really set a monetary goal for myself every day when I go out there doing these food deliveries, and
not only did he not say no, he doubled down on his need for this wall, saying that this is a separate issue.
y'all don't need no dang wall.
And the wall is still needed from a security standpoint, and that hopefully it won't be necessary to shut down the government over this border wall.
See, now they talk about shutting down the government if they don't build his wall. You know, they need to be worried. He worried about building a wall? Really? Who gonna build it? Because most Mexican people are the ones who be building stuff. Who gonna build it? Build a wall. Okay, you build a wall where? Out there in Phoenix. Ugh. This is so stupid, I swear.
The president insisted that he was not trying to bury the news of his pardon of the sheriff, that he was actually trying to highlight it. Listen to what he said.
So stupid.
In the middle of a
I'd rather
hurricane,
look at the
one was
coverage was
talking
happening
about
with the
some
storm.
rain before
Listen to
Harvey,
this damn.
rumbling because the hurricane was just
Let me
starting.
turn.
And I put it out that I had pardoned, as we say, Sheriff Joe. Sheriff Joe is a patriot.
Sheriff Joe is a racist pig. Talk about he a patriot. Oh God, my head hurt. You know, sometimes you can't listen. Sometimes you can't even look at the news. The more you look at the news, and it just, you know, it just gets too depressing. I don't even look at the news. It's stupid.
The Great Sphinx of Egypt. More than 4,000 years old.
Are you looking forward to Uber Eat? Wait, United Health?
Never had Egypt seen sculpture on such a scale.
Yes, I will be. I will be very happy.
What was the Sphinx for?
The Egyptians actually
Michael, what state do you live in?
did things. They had
Because I be seeing, you know, let me know what state you live in. Because sometimes I can let y'all know when I find stuff. And you know I'm still waiting for that stupid Amazon, that Amazon part-time job.
but there are clues.
They talk about waiting for a higher date. See, what's going to end up happening is I probably get all these offers all at one time. Massachusetts? Let me see. You love Georgia? I'm not crazy about Atlanta anymore. Atlanta's changed so much. It's like, it's not the same when I first moved to Atlanta. It ain't the same anymore. It's like they pushing out poor people, working class people, and they just don't care. It used to be so, you know, it used to be people were able to find a job in Georgia easily. Now, not no more.
These towering monuments were built as tombs for the great kings of Egypt.
Have you ever thought about
We know which
applying for
pharaoh each
Amazon?
pyramid was built for.
Because I know Amazon be all over the place now.
The pyramids are more obvious. They seem to be colossal, gigantic tombs.
Because I'm still waiting for my hire date for Amazon, even though it's part-time.
We don't have those texts
But,
for the Sphinx. So we have to go on context instead of hieroglyphics.
Hey,
The
Jay.
identity of the pharaoh that built the Sphinx is one of the most enduring mysteries in Egyptology. Today, investigators use new forensic techniques and mapping technology.
I'll let y'all know, United Healthcare, I think they're hiring in other places too, in other states. I'll let you know, Michael, if you just subscribe if you're my subscriber. Let me know, because I could look at I could send some information too.
Ancient limestone and towers 65 feet above the desert sand.
I've been to Atlanta once, but I like the city. I visit CNN, Centennial Park. I would need to look into Amazon. Do you think?
Hundreds of protective limestone tiles. Its gigantic paws stretch out longer than a city bus.
Yeah, I think so. Because, see, what I'm going to do is... See, I got hired already with Amazon Logistics. You know, the one that do the shipping. It's part-time. And they be looking for people all over the country. And my plan is... If I get, you know, this is my plan. If I get the position with Amazon part-time, I chose various different schedules. It's only 4.5 hours, 25 hours a week. And I chose my hours, well, the choices that I gave to them was 3 to 8, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was 3 to 8:30, or it was that 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. And I said, regardless, you know, and this is with Amazon now. If I get that position with United Healthcare, then then I'm gonna not even worry about Amazon. So whoever offers me a job first, that's where I'm gonna work. Now, of course, if something better comes along, then, you know, Amazon is just gonna be part-time until I find something. But I've been to Atlanta. Oh. So what I was gonna do is I'm still gonna work these app jobs, but I'm gonna do Grubhub and Uber Eats. I'm not all the other ones, you know. I'll push that to the side because I'm just gonna work the schedule depending on who I work for. But I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot of hours with all these gig jobs driving around. That's too much, you know. When I find me another job, whether it's another part-time job, I could work, you know, maybe, you know, try to make like $300 a week, you know. And you could do that, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday with Uber Eats. You know, I've been kind of laid back lately. You know, I haven't really been hustling like I really should have with these Uber Eats and Grubhub. I have not been hustling, y'all, because when I was spending morning, noon, and night all day driving Grubhub and Uber Eats and Instacart and all these companies, I wasn't filling out resumes. I was not looking for a job. I was not filling my resumes out. Because I would get up in the morning, you know, eat breakfast, and then about 11 o'clock I'll start my day with Grubhub and all these companies. And then I'll come home at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
What are you seeing there, Richard, in this yellow marley band?
Well, it's a lot of fossils. You do have a...
Yeah, it's customer service.
That's a spiny oyster shell right there.
Yeah, it's customer service. I know I said I wasn't going to do customer service, but this position was
After years of work, Mark now has a
this position was not like regular call-bound calls, I guess you could say. And they wanted some, I don't know, I just applied because it was a big organization, and I know they have they needed people. They needed to hire people. And I think this position started at $17, and it was $17.80-something, but that was to a temp agency because I don't know, I've been seeing this position posted for months for United Healthcare on various different websites and different companies' websites, but they never seemed to fulfill it. So last week when I went to apply on the it was on a temp agency website, I sent them an email in the cover letter. My friend helped me write the cover letter and revise my resume some. They had immediately sent me an email back and said they'll call me in a couple of minutes. So I sent the email. In less than 20 minutes, they called me back and we talked on the phone, and then they sent my resume over to United Healthcare, and then they sent me an email today saying they want to schedule an interview for this Thursday at 2:30. But they were looking for 20-something people. But I think they also were looking for people. I know there's a bunch of companies, they were looking for people nationwide too. So
identifying the source of these temple blocks provides
it's
irrefutable
there.
evidence of which pharaoh built this monument.
Let me see what it says. Is United Healthcare? Oh,
Who made the Sphinx? Because they were part of the same process.
yeah. So
Inspired by the colossal
I'm gonna go ahead and
predecessors, Khafre seemed determined to go
prepare for my interview for the next couple of days, and
built a huge pyramid. But a
But like I told somebody else, I said, you know what? I think it's Amazon is about to revamp and start that holiday season, so they're gonna be looking for people all across the country. And that Amazon position in customer service to work from home, they notified me a few weeks ago, talking about will you want to come back. Let me see. Do you think it would be good for you to get into an office there and have one staffing agency contact me looking to fill 60 reps or call center? But I felt it turned over. You know, at this point in my life, I'm so ready to go back to work. I don't care what the issue is in terms of high turnover rate, but I find that there's a lot of high turnover rate. It depends on how much they're paying. I could have been working from the get-go because it was some the Cobb County workforce. They was looking for 200 people to work at some kind of call center, taking calls for I think they said Best Buy and something, but it was some Indian company. But they only wanted to pay $12 an hour, and they were looking for 300 people. And I said, well, why y'all keep... No, it was 500 people. And I said, how come y'all keep looking for 500 people? What happened? Something's going on. So I said, no, I'm not going to go backwards and take a job paying $12. It was $12 an hour. And I was like, you know, I said, you have my resume, and this is what only thing you can help me with. And they didn't even want to give me the free training to learn a new skill. They said, Miss Small, you got skills, you have a degree, you can find a job. And I wanted to go to school so I could learn a skill in IT. But see, United Healthcare, when I looked at the website, they said they had such an extensive process that they want to make sure they get the right people. So I think that they don't really want to... I think they went through this temp agency to hire people so they could make sure that people complete the training, because part of it was being able to complete the training.
Historians believe the human features of the Sphinx are a direct likeness of the pharaoh himself.
Yeah.
But over thousands of years,
I think it's solid too. So I think it's solid too. And the fact that it's a healthcare company, I know the insurance should be pretty good, so that's a good thing.
Cuts in the face are chisel marks left by vandals who chopped off the nose. Based on other statues of the time,
but I'm looking forward to it.
Stone fragments found between the paws are clues that the Sphinx had a beard. Traces of paint behind the ears.
You've been working a lot, and you're ready to get back to working.
What looks like hair is actually a regal headdress.
Yeah, I'm ready to go back to work, but you know, I'll see how this goes. And the worst thing that could happen is I could always go ahead and say, you know what, let me go into teaching. That was my other backup. I could always go to teach. I was thinking about that. I saw an ad today. They were looking for people to train to teach. And they need so many teachers in Georgia. It's ridiculous. Mike, have you ever thought about teaching? You know, they were looking for substitute teachers in Georgia, left and right. They said if you could sign up for substitute teaching, you know, they pay and in Georgia they pay a little bit over $100 a day if you were teaching as a substitute teacher. They said they need teachers in certain counties so bad they went to Kelly Services they were looking for substitute teachers in some of these school districts.
A mummified animal from Manchester Museum's collections because we believe it to be the mummy of the cat.
Today, Lydia wants to
And then they were looking for teachers. See, I would go into teaching for the fact that I could have those dang student loans dismissed. You know, if I take a teaching job at one of those high-risk schools, they just want me to sign a contract for 5 years and take that license to be a teacher.
To scan living patients, just to check what's going on the inside in a non-destructive way.
Oh, yes. Kelly Services is one of the biggest ones in the world. They're nationwide. Did you went to college? Michael, did you ever went any part of college, even if you went part-time?
And the teeth, so the shape of the skull, the teeth and the limbos, so the legs. But we've got what appears to be 4 limbs in the position we would expect to find them.
The ancient skull of this specimen is badly damaged, but the legs are intact and folded up underneath the body.
You can see quite
Oh,
nicely
shoot.
the paws.
You should go into look into teaching then. Because that's my resort. That's what I'm going to do. I have my degree and stuff. And you being a male too, you know they be looking for teachers, male teachers. See, you have an advantage because they always be looking for male teachers.
And are only found in juvenile animals. The prominent growth plates on this
I'm quite sure
only one thing.
Massachusetts is a little bit more advanced than Georgia.
At the time of death.
You should go look. I've been looking into teaching, to be honest. To be honest with you, I said I was going to transform myself. And I'm going to look into teaching. Because, 1, you have a pension. 2, you have the summers off. And a lot of people complain about teachers' pay and stuff, but it may be low, but it can't be no more lower than what I was making at the IRS for 10.5 years.
The Egyptian people clearly thought cats were an important link to their gods.
You should go into teaching, Michael. I think that would be good for you. They always be looking for teachers. I need to know in Georgia they do. And they even have it to the point where they'll help you get your They said that there was Teach for America across America. There's low. I'm quite sure in Boston they probably got one of those.
Is that why he put his head on one of the animals his subjects consumed?
Yeah, look into it and tell me what happens. Go online and look into it. They always be looking for male teachers. And Teach for America. They always be looking. They so sure that they be trying to get men to teach because it's something. Shoot, you'll be really good into doing it. They'll probably take you real quick.
To achieve it, Mark Lehner thinks the Egyptian craftsmen must have learned how to exploit the
Yeah,
natural
I'm gonna look into teaching. I'm gonna look into that. I've been looking at it for the longest, but those applications be so dang long for some of these jobs in the county. But I'm gonna look into teaching because you know, I know in Georgia they don't pay much, but they pay like $40,000 plus starting with no experience. And then if you have some college, then they'll pay. They'll let you, if you work for 5 years, they'll forgive your student loans. If you take a position in a low, I don't want to say trouble school, but they'll forgive your student loans after 5 years of working in the school district. And that's anywhere and across the country. And then, of course, you know, there's a pension. That's the biggest thing. Not too many companies offer pensions anymore, but a teacher, that's one of the biggest things is that they have a pension plan.
As in many cultures, the lion is the symbol, is the king of the beasts, and yet the beast.
And then as you gain experience, and they said that as you take on duties at schools, you know, Like if they say they need somebody to coach or facilitate some after school program, they pay you extra money to do that. So I'm gonna look into teaching. If it, you know, if all else fails, I'm gonna apply, be a substitute teacher, put my name on the roster. I haven't decided which county I want to do. I may just do the cab in Atlanta. They pay $100 and something a day. I said, put it that way, it's more than getting paid than you get doing Uber Eats, that's for sure. What I think of call center work? Strenuous, tedious. It's tedious. You have to have a strong patience in terms of being on the phone. That's why I was like trying not to get back into that environment anymore. But I have to really see what kind of environment it is with United Healthcare in terms of being a call center. You know, after being away from work for over a year, I've never been out of a job this long. In the past, if I left one job, I immediately had another job in less than a week. I ain't never been out of no job this long, no length of time, not like this. I know things have changed and stuff, but I ain't never been like out of a job. And then I'm like 40. I'll be 48 in November. No, I'll be 49 in November. I'll be 50 years old next year. It's like I don't have that many working years left, you know. I have what, 15 more years, I would say, of working life.
Consumer safety testing standard. No one else even comes close to Teeter quality and performance.
I have not put these jobs on my resume. I haven't put these jobs on my resume because I can't see how it. I haven't put none of these jobs as a resume. Now I've done other stuff besides doing these app jobs. I've done like the mystery shopping companies, but I have to word it a little bit differently. Not mystery shop like buy meat and evaluate, but you know, I've done some other things like I could probably put down auditing or price audits and stuff or something, but no, I have not put these apps on my resume. I haven't done that. I'm gonna have to look at some sample resumes and see if I could come across anybody's resumes and they're putting that app on here. But you could put the apps on there, but you have to do it with it as it relates to a job that you're doing. Like for instance, in Georgia, if I wanted to be a school bus driver, I would put these apps down that if I was going to be a school bus driver. But I don't want to drive no bus. I don't want to be responsible for no kids, driving them in no school bus. But if I was doing something like that, yeah, I would put it on there. But other than that, I would just mention it when I'm when I'm interviewing. If I'm interviewing with someone and they ask me what I was doing since then I'll tell them then, but I wouldn't put it on a resume. I wouldn't put it on a resume. So I'll just have to put some other things down. They said, "What have you been doing since the leave the IRS?" And I'll say, "Oh, I'm an independent contractor. I work for myself," and you know, and then I'll tell them, "Oh, I've been going to school online." You know, which I've been doing. I've been taking courses online, not to get no degree, but I've been learning, you know, different programming languages and try to learn some skills to update my current skills. So I would say that, but a lot of times,
A facade of exquisite
a lot of these companies,
shipped in from Oswan.
they really don't ask you. They haven't asked me, what have you been doing now? I have not really got a lot of that. They ask you why you left. They've asked me why I left the IRS or whatever. But other than that, that was pretty much it.
Were two sanctuaries aligned to the east and west, and a gleaming courtyard of
But
alabaster tiles, surrounded by 10 mysterious statues.
y'all 5 people, boy. Y'all hanging there. Michael, you still hanging in there.
The Sphinx Temple is offline with the
So how
Sphinx,
you been doing
shifted
regarding
slightly
with
to the left.
Instacart with
Mark believes that this apparent mistake was
which apps do you work, Michael? You do what
Could it be the key to decoding the secrets of
which
this
ones do you
strange
work
ruin?
on?
The curious thing is that the axis of the temple does not aim directly at the Sphinx. It's as though the Sphinx is shoved to the north, and the axis of the temple points
Just Grubhub.
up the western horizon.
You never thought about doing Uber
One
Eats?
other feature of the temple layout might be a clue to what the ancient Egyptians were aiming the axis towards.
These two sanctuaries, which are in the form of recessed bays and small niches, define the temple axis. It's very compelling to think that that's for the rising sun on the east and the setting sun on the west.
Mark believes the Egyptian master
Because I think if you
would not
add
have
Uber
done this
Eats in the mix,
He thinks they deliberately
I think you
pointed
could
the
easily
temple
make a
axis
extra $200-300 more per week.
at a special time of year.
The Sphinx temple is oriented on this axis so that it is aligned to the setting of the sun and the rising of the sun at the equinoxes.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know, because I can send you my link if you want to do Uber Eats or Uber.